Hey everyone, it's Mel from Cardstock Concoctions. How is everybody doing today? Well, it's the beginning of February and I thought we needed just one more Valentine's Day project. So I was trolling Pinterest and I saw this really cute picture frame Valentine's tree. So I decided to make a different version of that. And mine opens like a book. So that's why I called it the book style Valentine's Day treat holder. So it opens like this. And the corners are a little bit easier to handle than the one she was showing. I'm sorry, I don't know who it was that pinned it. It was anonymous, so I truly apologize to whoever did come up with the idea originally. Hers did not have a top on it, so that's why I added the flap. So here's to you. Happy Valentine's Day, and we have our little treat in the inside there. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first thing, what are we gonna need? I am using rose red cardstock, and I would suggest cardstock for the base, not DSP. It's thicker, it'll hold up better to the construction making process. And it is 5.5 inches tall by 7 inches wide. Grab in your Simply Scored scoring tool. Now with your 7 inches at the top, here's where we need to score. So you are going to score it 1/2 inch all the way down, 1 inch all the way down, 3 3/4 inches all the way down, and 4 1/4 inches all the way down. Rotate 90 degrees to the right. And we are going to score again. So with the 5.5 inch side at the top, score it 1/2 inch all the way down, score it 1 inch all the way down, rotate 180 degrees, 1/2 inch all the way down on the other side, and 1 inch as well. So your piece should look like this. Go ahead and fold and burnish all of your score lines. Burnish all of your score lines. Sorry, everybody. I did the 1 inch score lines first. I don't know why. I just thought it was easier. Okay, I'm going to use a pen and I'm going to mark out the pieces that you want to get rid of. Everybody ready? Fun, fun, fun. Okay. So you have, I'm going to put it back the way we scored it. So you have the 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 3 3/4, and the 4 1/4 inch score line. So at the top here, you have 2 skinnier, longer triangles right here. Get rid of both of them. These 2 here, and these 2 down here at the bottom. That one down there as well. Now you're also going to want to remove this small square. You have 1 square, 2 square, 1 square, 2 square. You want to get rid of the far outside square, okay? Now we're only going to get rid of a few more tiny squares. So over here in this top corner and in this bottom corner, you have 4 small squares. Get rid of the 2 or the 3 outside squares. So all 3. So you have 1 small one left in the middle on the top, and then 1 small one left in the middle on the bottom. Again, that's 4 little squares. You want the one that's all on the inside. Okay? So here is my suggestion as to how to get rid of those. I would use a long-handled pair of scissors to cut up the center or this 1 inch score line to your 4 1/4 inch score line. As straight as you can get it. If you guys are really proficient at using your paper trimmer to do this, I say go ahead and use that. I'm actually better with hand scissors. Now after that, I pull in small paper snips and I cut off both of those long ones at the same time. And I make sure I cut on the inside of the score line. That way it removes that extra bulk. Those 2 pieces, get rid of them, you don't need them. All right, so now for the small one here, Go ahead and remove that one. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so you got rid of all that. So it looks like this. You have a small square here and a small square here. Cut up that square. Taper in the edges, just a smidge on both sides. So for this one, now I'm going to remove the 3 outside squares and leaving the center one. I'm going to cut all the way up on the 2. And I'm going to remove that one. And actually, I'm just going to cut all the way down. I'm going to do this all as one foul swoop, okay? Cut all the way down. I'm going to notch in. I'm going to notch in on the other side. And then I'm going to cut off that 3rd little square. Means less cutting for you overall. So cut all the way down. Okay. So your square looks like this. Now you could have cut in this way so your tabs look the same too. I didn't. My bad. All right, so now I'm going to suggest grabbing Fast Fuse. You're going to want to put a little bit of Fast Fuse on all 4 of your tabs. And then you're going to see on your outside 1/2 inch, just on the corners here, okay? Just a little bit. You want about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch worth of adhesive. I actually can get it on. There it goes. On those edges. Okay? We're going to take the tab, fold it. So you want the cut edge to your scored edge and stick it down. Other side, cut edge, score edge, stick it down. Cut edge to score edge, stick that down. And your 4th tab, cut edge to score edge. All right. Now, before you add in your last piece on the outside, I would suggest putting in your inside DSP. Your DSP, I am using Crate Paper's Hello Love collection. I believe that Stampin' Up's current Valentine's Day collection. Beautiful. This measures 2.5 inches by 3.25 inches. Again, 2.5 by 3.25. You will need 2 of them in total. And I'm going to use snail. Glue also works. Fast Fuse works. Snail was handy. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in here. Whee! Okay. Now I'm going to fold in my 2 shorter edges and fold down my top and then just stick. Just use your fingers, push it together. Get your thumb in there. I use my thumb as my pressure point. And then fold over just to ensure everything has a good sticking quality. I'm going to do all my stamping first, and then we will go back and we will do the rest. I am using Very Vanilla because this Crate Paper Hello Love collection's got more of a very vanilla feel to it than it does a Whisper White. All right, your pieces truly only need to be, you really only need one of these to stamp on. It needs to be approximately 1.5 inches by about 2.5 inches, and you want that extra couple of inches just to hold on to it while you punch. I'm going to be using Sweet Sugarplum today as our ink. We're going to be using 2 different stamp sets. The first stamp set, as I grab it out here, is actually the Watercolor Wishes stamp set. This stamp set is retired. However, I love the sayings in it, so I went ahead and I used it again. It came out of one of our Stampin' Up's, one of Stampin' Up's all-inclusive kits. And we're also going to be using Teeny Tiny Wishes, the Happy Valentine's Day stamp right there. All right, so I have everything mounted up. I'm going to do my Happy Valentine's Day first. So I'm just going to ink this up, and I would have done this in rose red. I don't know where I stuck my rose red ink pad. Sorry about my head. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that one. All right, we're going to use that side. And then I pulled out the Here's to You from the Watercolor Wishes stamp set. I really enjoyed it. I'm just going to ink that up. Smack that down in the center there. Ooh, beautiful. Pretty, pretty. And I also grabbed the heart out of that same stamp set. I put that at a jaunty little angle. All right, that's all the stamping you're gonna need. Now let's get to layering. All right, so I have a whole bunch of pieces that I'm layering on top of each other. So the first one, I'm grabbing in the 2 3/8 inch scallop punch. This is a retired punch. If you have the scalloped, the layering circle framelit dies, you can find all of these sizes in there. I have punches, so that's kind of... All right, grab yourselves a piece of rose red cardstock. And I'm gonna use my 2 3/8 inch circle punch, scallop punch a section out of there. Then we're going to use our 2-inch circle punch and another piece of very vanilla cardstock. Punch that out. Mine is scrap. So we're going to layer that on top of that. And I have a 1 3/4 inch circle punch that I'm actually going to do another layer of rose red cardstock. And then to top everything off, I have the 1 3/8 inch circle punch. Again, I believe this is also retired, that I'm going to use to cut out our Here's to You. Now, I'm going to cut off a little bit of the Here's to You, but not very much. And we pop it out. And now we're going to finish off our Happy Valentine's Day here. I'm going to cut up the center. I'm going to pennant the ends. So I cut up the center and I go outside. How does that look? Ooh, so cute. Okay. Now to put everything together, we have another 2.5 inch by 3 inch DSP piece. I'm going to add this to the front of my little booklet. And voila. Then I'm going to layer the scalloped rose red piece on next. Now everything from here, I think I'm going to use some dimensionals. I'm going to use 3 dimensionals on the back of the very vanilla 2-inch circle. And this is mostly just because I really love dimension. And then we're going to put another couple of dimensionals. I'm going to use 2 dimensionals on the back of the 1 3/4 inch. Pop that in the center. And then of course, on the back of the 1 3/8 inch piece, we do need a couple of extra dimensionals. Probably 1 would suffice, but I like 2. If you guys didn't want to use this many dimensionals, go ahead and just layer the pieces on top and maybe do 1 layer of dimension. Now for the fun part. Okay, I strongly suggest using glue dots for this. And the reason I suggest using glue dots, it's easy to remove. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open our little book up here. I am using a Dove chocolate. You can find the Dove hearts, or this one's just the Dove present that I think I had in the house from Christmas. I put 2 glue dots on the back of this thing, and I kind of just pop it up a little bit towards the top there. Now I also use a glue dot to add in our banner, our Happy Valentine's Day banner. And I do this because it's so much easier than trying to put it on with glue or snail. I turn it sideways so everybody can see what I'm doing. And I just kind of pick a spot where you can see it. I don't know, did I ever tell you guys the dimension of the little very vanilla piece? It is 1/2 inch by 2.5 inches wide, and you're then going to pennant the ends and pull off some of that. So, I actually really like the combo of the Sweet Sugarplum with the rose red cardstock. I think it looks gorgeous. And this is our little book treat holders, guys. I think they're gorgeous and they're fun, and I hope everybody enjoys. If you enjoyed this project, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more projects like this, please go ahead and subscribe. This is Mel from Cardstock Concoctions saying see you guys next week. Thanks so much. Bye.